Doodle Jump multiplayer has got to be one of the oldest and most niche games on the planet to still have somewhat of an active competitive scene. Even though it's been over 16 years since the game mode's release, and in that time it has not received a singular update of any kind, many of the top players, even those who were there in the earliest days of the game mode's existence, have not gone anywhere. To My Left is Stupid is one of these such players, having spent well over a decade as a well-known and respected top player in the community. Even as recently as April of last year, To My Left could have been considered one of the 10 or 12 best players in the entire world. What's followed in the 8 months since has been a sudden and inexplicable downfall for both his skill and his reputation as a good player. This eventually culminated with him leaving the multiplayer community entirely in early December of 2025. How does one of the most well-known and longest active Doodle Jump players of all time go from arguably top 10 to a complete joke and out of the community within just 8 months? This is the tragic downfall of To My Left is Stupid. It isn't known exactly when To My Left started playing Doodle Jump multiplayer, but it is known that he started playing at least before May of 2015, and most likely well before then. There is a glitch on the Game Center interface for certain people who got achievements on the game before 2015. It just says all of their achievements happened on May 11th of 2015 for whatever reason, so it could be reasonably assumed that To My Left started playing the game in 2013 or 2014. Along with being one of the longest tenured players in the game's history, he has been nothing short of one of the most active players ever in that time. It would probably be a surprise to most that To My Left actually finds himself in the top 5 all-time in Doodle Jump multiplayer wins, and he's one of just 5 players with over 120,000 wins in this game. In the absolute best case scenario, including queue times, that is at minimum at least 3,000 to 4,000 hours spent playing this game, which makes his eventual downfall that much more confusing. Another thing that makes the downfall even more interesting is that it hasn't just been performance-wise, it's been visual as well. Take this match on screen here, for example. This is a match between To My Left and Batman First from June of 2019. In this game, To My Left looks about as quick, as steady, as agile as you would expect, a top player, someone with 120,000 wins in the game, to look. This remains true as well in this match from April of 2020 against another one of the top players in the world, Seaman Kane. This is who To My Left was. He wasn't particularly flashy, he really wasn't the greatest at any particular area of the game, but he played the game a ton, he was remarkably consistent, and he really was not an easy out for even the top players in the game. There's logs from even as recently as the summer of 2024 of top players describing him as very good, maybe just not top 10, but still a very tough player to beat. I can personally recall playing him a ton in April of last year, and he was a very, very tough player to beat throughout all of it. Every set was close, they were always a nail-biter, he was very consistent, he was backpedaling, which I really had not seen from him in the past. It seemed he had improved, if anything. He remained around that level for the rest of April and May of 2025, and despite this perceived improvement from me and others in the community, over the summer of 2025, he took one of the most inexplicable and unforeseen nosedives in skill I have ever seen. By the end of the summer of 2025, the same guy who was a true challenge to beat day in and day out just a few months prior became nothing more than a routine 7 or 8-0 every time I versed him. And like I said before, this fall off hasn't just been in his results, it's been a visual one as well. For example, here's a match I played against him just a few months ago, I believe in August of last year. Just right off the bat, looking at his gameplay, you can tell that he is just far more shaky than he was back in the day for whatever reason. He has a much more difficult time keeping himself steady on whatever platform he's jumping on. Along with this, that guy who you really, if you were counting on a mistake, you weren't going to get one, now he's really the guy that if you're counting on a mistake, you're going to get 10. He just routinely falls time and time again, and I believe it's a product of just not being able to keep himself steady on the platform for whatever reason it may be. Not to mention, whatever backpedaling he had learned earlier in the year was just completely out the window as well. Following the sudden nosedive in his skill, his activity itself began to wane for the first time ever. In early December of last year, shortly after winning his 120,000th career match, To My Left seemingly called it quits. It could be possible that he's just taking a break to regroup his skill or something, but I personally doubt it. I have never seen him disappear from the weekly for this long, for as long as I've been playing the game. So if this is the end for To My Left, then it truly is just a sad end to one of the greatest careers in Doodle Jump multiplayer history.